Hello everyone, I'm Alec. About a week ago, I wrote a short story and I posted it to Tumblr. And it got some pretty good reviews, so I figured I would share it with all of you guys. So I have it here on my phone, so I'm going to be reading it to you. I'll have the words on the screen if you want to read along with me, or you can just listen. And I hope you enjoy. So. The Referral Specialist. I don't always like my job. In fact, I rather despise it at times. My job is a unique one. One could call me a referral specialist. I travel around the world guiding lost people to the places they needed to go. My customers come in all ages, genders, and races. There would be days when I thought, surely I must have seen every combination of those things by now. But every time I thought that, someone showed up and surprised me. Some days I quite enjoyed my job. When customers came to terms with their scenarios, they could often be quite grateful for my help, thanking me profusely for my help as they went on their ways. Unfortunately, this was not one of those days. My latest client had refused to go to their destination, even going so far as to kick and scream like a spoiled child. Time constraints eventually forced me to give up, instead sending the customer to the waiting room until they agreed to cooperate. I moved on to my next appointment. Oh. This kind was among my least favorite to take care of. I traveled to a hospital in Paris. It was late when I arrived, and the moonlight spilled in the window over the feet of my customer, probably not more than 14 years old. They glanced at me when I arrived, but turned back to what they had been looking at before. Across the room, another youth lay, connected to machinery similar to theirs. My customer stared with such sorrow and longing that I loathed to separate them, but I had a job to do. I approached my client, and they slowly and sadly took my hand, in the way a child takes the hand of their parent when leaving the playground. Never once did they break their gaze on their companion while they did so. They eventually turned away, instead focusing on sitting up and dropping their legs over the side of the bed. As they were about to stand up, a quiet, raspy voice found its way to our ears. My customer clutched my hand tightly. Holding a hand over their eyes, they tried desperately to answer, but no sound would come from their throat. I helped them stand. The machines next to the bed flatlined. My customer's companion cried out. Shouting doctors and nurses raced past us as we left, the hoarse screaming of my client's companion echoing over it all. My customer took small steps, and I can tell they were fighting back the urge to look back. Before they crossed the threshold of their destination, they asked me when their companion would be joining them. I told them that I didn't know. Later, I did something that I almost never do. I looked ahead on my list of appointments. To my surprise, the other youth in that hospital room wasn't far ahead on the list, only 6 hours from now. And to think they were almost done with their chemotherapy. Most people don't think being a referral specialist would be too difficult. However, referring people to their respective afterlives poses more challenges than most people would expect. I don't always like my job, but if I don't do it, who will? That was my short story, The Referral Specialist. I'll have all the text down in the description as well as along this video, and I'll post a link to it on my Tumblr as well. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and favorite. Share this with a friend if you like, and subscribe to see more videos. And thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.